All right, people. We are here with a nice exclusive interview with none other than the Notorious H.I.M. You participated what, like 4 seasons of the BHDL at this point?
Absolutely, bro. I skipped one season. But I've been here pretty much from the start. So, thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it. Um, I've told you this before, but I look up to you. I think you're one of the top battlers in our league, and I learn a lot from watching your content. So, I definitely appreciate you for having me on. Thank you so much.
Hey, well, I appreciate that, my friend. We're gonna hop right into it. I've been really wanting to know for a long time now, kind of like your background and your story. Like, how did you first get into Pokemon, my friend?
Yeah, absolutely. So, true to say, me and Pokemon, we have like a very deep relationship.
Yeah.
So I started playing Pokemon right when it dropped, pretty much. It came out what November of '98, I believe. And if I'm not dating myself, but I was about 8 years old at the time, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, originally. And during that time, as kids, me, my brother, my sister, we got stuff as kids, but we didn't get everything we wanted. So what I asked my parents for Christmas that year was a Game Boy Color and Pokemon. I did not care which one, red or blue. I was not gonna. I wasn't.
You
It
weren't
wasn't
picky,
gonna
you just
matter to
wanted
me.
Pokemon.
Absolutely, brother. I needed it, bro. Like you have to understand, like when this came out at that time, bro. Like it was like massive. Like Pokemon was just insanely popular. I remember very vividly being in like the third grade and like teachers were like confiscating people's cards and
Ooh,
they weren't getting them back
absolutely.
till the end of the year. So this was like
End of the
during the
year.
height.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I know you're a teacher, so I'm sure you
I
understand,
can
bro.
I
But
can barely keep them to the end of the day. They want me to give them back at the end of the class period.
I can only imagine. But like I remember, I had a teacher. Her name was I think her name was Miss Desir, bro. Like shout out to Miss Desir, bro. Like she made sure she gave people's cards back, by the end of the week. She wasn't holding them for the whole year, but I know some of my friends they didn't get their stuff back for a long time. So I asked my parents for Game Boy Color and Pokemon. I did not care, bro. So they played me up a little bit. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like they said, okay, we're gonna see if we could get it for you, blah 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 blah. I was like, okay, we gonna see. Christmas morning came. They said, we tried to get it, but they were sold out. We couldn't get anything. So, you know, I was the type of kid like telling me that I wasn't gonna get something. It didn't really like I didn't let it show that I was affected by it. You feel me? But I
Yeah.
definitely went off and like was like feeling it a little bit. I was like, oh man, I don't get the gift for Christmas. That's crazy, right? Like, and then they surprised me with it. So I was like in tears, bawling, bro. Like I got this
The
turquoise
parents,
Game
they
Boy
always try
Color.
to do the
Oh
kids like
man,
that.
it was amazing, bro. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. It was amazing. So to see them do that for me, I felt so much joy when I got that Game Boy Color and Pokemon Blue. That was my start into Pokemon,
Pokemon Blue. Very
and I've been
nice.
rocking with it forever since, bro.
There we go. Okay, so you get through Pokemon Blue. Who was your starter? Was it Blastoise?
I chose Blastoise, and
There we go.
the funny thing is, like, you got to remember, this is like pre-internet, so at the time I knew all the cheats. Like I knew how to do the rare candy cheat and the missing no glitch and all that. Like how I discovered that as a 8-year-old kid on the playground, I don't even know to tell you, bro. But Blastoise was my number one. I got him to level 100, and I just ran through the league, bro. Like it was nothing, bro. Blastoise Hydro Pump, he definitely came through for me. Like Shell Shocker came through for me, bro.
Hey, there we go, bro. So thanks. So that Blastoise that you had, like, how long had you had it? Was that one of like, because correct me if I'm wrong, we might be skipping ahead a little bit, but do you like breed a lot of your Pokemon that you use in your battles?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like a OCD or whatever, but I'm very specific when it comes to my mons. Like everything that I have, I'm not gonna say that I don't gen. I've definitely gen before. Like if I'm
Oh
doing
yeah,
like a
of
league or
course.
something and I don't have them on, but 95 to 99% of the mons that I use, they're all mine, bro. Like I breed them, I
Yeah,
get the
bro.
natures, I
I'm
get the
right there with you.
IVs, all that shit. So you know, it feel better for me when it comes that way for me. I'm just real stubborn with my mons. So anything that I use in the BHDL or anything you see on my
Yeah.
channel, shout out. I have a YouTube channel, y'all. So go subscribe. comment, all that for your boy. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers, so go ahead and do that for me. But yeah, I do everything solo dolo, so everything is long division over here.
Hey, there we go. So I want to keep kind of going through your history. So
Yeah.
you went through it. I'm assuming you also got Gen 2 gold or silver or crystal.
Yes. That was Christmas. When did that come out? I think like 2000. So I was in Florida. Me and my brother, we spent Christmas with our grandmother in Florida, and same deal. He got a Game Boy Color that year, and I got Pokemon Gold. So I played. Let me really think here to hold, not even to hold you up, bro. I played Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3 a lot, bro. Like I played those games. Like I don't need to even like read the text. I know the game. Like I know how to play those games like very well. And so I got gold, he got silver, and we just had a blast, bro. It was just like it was good times, bro.
Nice. We all
Playing
traded to be able to
it
complete
was
the
good times.
Pokédex.
Absolutely, bro. Like my brother
Hey,
was
there
on it,
we
bro.
go.
Like it was definitely some fun times, bro. Like battling each other with the link cable. We had the little light that attached to the Game Boy Color so you could play in the dark. Like this is like the Stone Ages, bro.
Yeah.
We was in the Stone Ages of Pokemon. I had to have like the little light attachment so we could play it. It was crazy times. It was crazy times. It was good times.
Nice. So you were a hardcore Gen 1er then, it's safe to say, all the way from 1
Yeah.
to
Oh
3.
oh yeah. Absolutely, bro. Like I had these stuff for days, bro. It was the funny thing is when I actually stopped playing for a little bit, like right, like so, right
Yeah, did you stop at
around
Gen 4?
yes, Gen 4. Gen 4 is when I stopped because that's when it came out on the DS, right? I
Yep.
think that's when Diamond and Pearl dropped on the DS. I had to make a choice, bro. So at that time I was what like 2006, 2007. I was like about 16, 17 years old. So
Yeah, it
at
always
that point I
happens
was
right
kind
when
of
people hit that age.
yeah, bro. Like it was crazy because I love Pokemon, bro. Like I have a whole channel based off it. I love the game, but at that point I was kind of like moving away from Pokemon and like getting into other games. So
Yep.
like I said before, like we never missed out on anything as kids, but we definitely had choices to make, bro. Like we couldn't get both things that were out. So at the time the PSP had just came out and I had to make a
Yep.
choice. I was like, do I want a DS? Because I know my mom's only gonna get me one. So it's either the PSP or the DS. And me and my brother chose the PSP. So I missed out on Gen 4. I didn't play nothing on the DS line. I didn't have a DS until way later down the line. So for me, my Pokemon journey kind of stopped hardcore at Gen 3. Like I pretty much stopped playing Pokemon after that for like a long time, bro. Like, like it took a
Yeah.
while for me to get back into Pokemon, and by that point, it was just like a whole different game. Like this is pre, physical special split. Like,
Oh, that's
so
right. I didn't even think about that. So you were so used to like, oh, water types, fire types, they're all special, while
yeah,
fighting types and rogue types
yeah,
are all
bro,
physical.
bro.
That was
It was an
embedded in you.
adjustment. It was an adjustment that I had to make, bro. Like it was crazy, but I did eventually come back.
When did you come
Around
back? I gotta know.
I
Was
came
it
I
Gen
came
6
back.
or later?
It was Gen 6. I skipped
Yep,
out on
that's
Gen 5. I
always
missed
the
Gen 5.
trend. It draws back in
Bro,
the Gen 1 fans.
when I saw the commercial, it like flooded me back with memories, bro. I was like,
Yes.
yo, this is insane, bro. These things are 3D now.
Yeah, I know. That's
Like,
what drew me into it in the first place.
oh
Because that was
my
my first
god, bro.
game.
Oh, that was your first. Was Gen
Yes.
6. Wow, that's
Yeah.
dope. See? Man, I tell you, like
Yeah, because
the
I was
game
older.
is
I didn't start until I was like 13 or so. Because I was like, oh, Pokemon, that's a kid's
no
game, bro. What are you
way. So you were a
talking
late
about?
bloomer
So
into
then
Pokemon.
I was a late
Got
bloomer.
you.
Then my friends got me onto it. And I was like, yo, this is the greatest game of this is the greatest thing ever.
Bro.
How have I been missing out on
Oh
my whole
my
life?
god, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like that's crazy. I love
Yep.
hearing that because when I talk to other players, like just to get a feel for when they started the game, like it's real. It really makes things come forward because like look at that. Like you started in Gen 6, I came back in Gen 6.
That was the
Like
common
that's
trend, yeah.
crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. And not even gonna hold you. I knew nothing about competitive in that time. So
Really.
back then I was watching a lot of YouTubers like Shady Penguin, Hayden, Pokey of course, Blame
Opium.
Truth, all of them. I was watching all of them, so I was very familiar with like the concept they were talking about. Like I knew what being scarfed meant. I knew what being, banded meant, but
Yep.
like I didn't know how to apply it in the game, if that makes sense, right? Because at the
Ah,
time
yes.
I didn't have the games. I didn't have the games when Gen 4 came out, so like I didn't know what that actually meant in the game. Like I heard these
Yeah.
terms when they talk about their videos and stuff like that, and very familiar with it. Like the concept of an IV and an EV didn't really touch my brain until Gen 6.
Right.
Like I didn't know nothing about that. I had to like really learn what that kind of stuff meant. Like I'm gonna even take you back, bro.
Yep.
I'm
Take
gonna
me
take you
back.
back. So when Gen 6 came out, it was like crazy. Like it was like I don't know, like I wasn't like online or anything like that, but I felt like there was like definitely a boom in popularity again with Pokemon. So with the
Yep.
hype with the megas and all that type of stuff, I felt like just personally, like not even interacting with people. This was like before I was even doing any of that, that it was a big thing. It was a big deal to have this. So when I got into competitive, I'm watching the videos, I'm learning stuff. I started understanding like how to breed mons and stuff like that. So I started
Yep.
actually breeding during Gen 6. But the crazy thing is that I didn't understand what IVs and EVs meant at that time when breeding. So I had like the natures down, but they weren't IV or EV mods. I still
Right.
have
Yeah.
mods to this day in home from Gen 6 that like are the perfect natures, but no IV, no EV, none of that.
Yeah, I will say it took me a little
It's
bit
just
to get the
crazy.
learning curve too, because I had like watched the videos on how to do it, and I had a friend that literally got me straight into it, like dove me headfirst into breeding and into Smogon battling and all that. So a lot of the Pokemon I was breeding, I only had Dittos that were like 1 to 2 I perfect IVs from like Friendspar or something. So a lot of my Pokemon were like perfect speed and attack or something, but like everything else was trash, you know what I
Everything
mean? Because
else,
I just didn't
wow,
have the as good a training at breeding.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I
For me,
eventually got it.
breeding really took off for me during Gen 7. Like when you got the judge function, that for
Oh,
me
yeah.
was everything, because like before I didn't even
Yes.
know that you had to go to someone specific to check, and based off of what they said in the game would determine what they had. Like I didn't know anything of that, bro. Like my knowledge on that was like just completely nothing. So like when I jumped back in after taking such a long hiatus from Pokemon, like it was crazy. I was in like college at the time and I got a 3DS and I
Yep.
had to get the game, bro. Like I was like, yo,
You had
I have
to.
to get this, bro. Like there's no way that I can't. So and I've never looked back, bro. Once I got back in Gen 6, it was like a whole new world for me, like playing the game. And again, this is again before I even battle, bro. Like I have at this point, I've never battled anyone outside of my brother.
Yeah.
So
Were you
this
getting
is
battles
before
on
I
the
know.
PSS at the time in X and Y and ORAS?
No, nothing,
Really?
nothing,
Wow, you
nothing,
missed
bro,
out, bro.
nothing. Oh my goodness, bro. I watched all the time though. I watched videos all the time. So
Okay, there you
at
go.
that
So you're
time,
at
I
least
was
getting
watching.
you're at least getting it subliminally.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of Hayden videos, a lot of Shady Penguin and A Drive.
Yep.
They were
There
doing
we
draft
go. Yep.
league and that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. And
Okay, so you
that
already had gotten the concept of draft leagues as well. That's good, yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I knew of it, but I never participated in it. I
Right.
wasn't a battler at that time. At that time, I would consider myself strictly a breeder, bro. I was just breeding mons, just getting familiar
Ah,
with
I
the game.
see.
I'm really a novice
Fair, fair. Yeah, it was
in
your
Gen
training
6.
arc.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when Oros hit, it was just like, because remember, like I played Gen 3 a lot. Like I went through like 3 SPs playing Gen 3. So I knew that game like the back of my hand. And having Oros was just like a refresher, bro. It brought like a new feeling to me because I played it so much as a kid.
Yeah.
And now getting a chance to play it like 3D was like freaking amazing. And you add megas, bro, like I'm a kid again.
Yeah,
You feel
and the
me?
fact
Like
that
I
you
get a
had
chance
all the
to.
legendaries in that game too.
Absolutely, bro. It was amazing. So like even mods that I had no knowledge of before, like I didn't play Gen 5, so I went back retroactively and played it. When I started doing like started creating like a living dex, and I went back and played
Yes.
those games. So I got a chance to go back and really understand the history of some of those mods. But all while I was playing Oros, I didn't know nothing about no Landorus, no
No,
none of that. Like I knew
those
knew
genies,
the
yeah.
first 3 dexes. I knew
Yeah.
the first 3 dexes very well, and that was it, bro. So
Yeah, bro, because it's crazy that we had that I don't know if you remember, but there was that year gap basically in between ORAS and Sun and Moon. Well, basically 2 years between when the games came out. Of where no Pokemon games basically, but what they did give us
Right.
was the virtual console games. So I was going back and I was replaying Gens 1 and 2. I had replaying or playing for the first time, but going back retroactively to play Black and White 2 and Diamond.
That's amazing.
And those
That's
games
amazing.
to be able to get the Pokemon from those games and transfer them up for my decks too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love that because that virtual console gave me a chance to just kind of bring. I was gonna play it anyway. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. Like when I got a chance, like 'cause I don't have a Game Boy anymore. So when they released those older games on the virtual console, I was like, yo, this is right up my alley. I might as well play this. But then the added benefit that those mons would get, like the hidden abilities when you transfer them up, that was like
exactly
that was perfect for me because at that point I was breeding. At that point, I knew about EVs, knew about IVs, and I was breeding a lot because that was what during Gen 7, during Sun and Moon. I was breeding very heavily. I would consider myself a hardcore breeder at that time. Like,
and I'm sure as a breeder, from one breeder to another, you must know the importance of having Pokemon with their hidden abilities and how hard sometimes that can be to get.
Bro.
Do you remember, I don't know if I was dex snapping all the time in ORAS to get those hidden abilities for like Prankster, Sableye, and other competitive Pokemon.
They made it so tough, and then I had to do like, especially in Sun and Moon, do the adrenaline orbs so they could.
Yes,
like,
the SOS. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Bro.
The first thing I remember getting, I was like, I gotta get Regenerator Toxapex, bro. I gotta get it. So getting that dang Marini from the Corsola or whatever was crazy.
Yes. Just these obscure ways of getting these mons, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro, like. To be a breeder during that time was something special, bro, because like, you had to know what you were doing. Like,
you had to be dedicated, bro. You had to set aside the time.
Sun and Moon was the first game that I got 99.
Yes, I know. I feel you. That was me.
That was the first game with that happened me, so I feel that, bro. I feel that hardcore. I feel that.
Yeah, I will say they did make it a little bit tougher in Gen 7 because in XY and ORAS, they had a way to make you go around in a circle by putting the penny in the coin slot. You could do that infinitely, but in Sun and Moon, there was no way to do. I just had to circle around in the little pin area by the Sun and Moon, the ranch house.
Bro, so I use this trick to this day. Even now when I play Gen 7, I use this. So what I do, because obviously I do everything in the game, right? Like I don't gen, I don't use like any real cheats, bro. So to be efficient with my time, you know that little area where they have all those boulders, like right before you get to like the battle tree. I'll just go back and forth in those and break those because you get like the soft sand or the star, the comet shard, so you can sell those for money, bro.
Oh snap! You unlocking a tech I didn't even know was there.
Absolutely, bro. Like the money game, bro. I'm trying to max out the money because
that's fair.
Remember, at that point,
I should have been doing that.
Bro, I'm telling you, instead of going to the league, which wastes a lot of time, like I just go back and forth and break them with the Tauros and just collect all of those shards and all those comet shards. Those sell for 30,000 a pop, bro.
Oh, I know. I'm
trying to be efficient with the game,
I'd be selling them in this game too. You must. I know you had to be there with me in the Pokepelago too, trying to get those ball caps.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Oh man, anything that I could use to try to get an advantage when I'm breeding or when I'm like trying to get monies for vitamins and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna use all of that. Like to this day, bro. Like I don't know. I mean, there's definitely easier ways. Obviously, like we got mints now. We got, we got all kinds of stuff now.
Bro, they don't know how easy they have it. They complain, oh, it takes so long to breed a team of 6 Pokemon. Do you have any idea how long it took back in the day? It's so easy now.
Oh my god, bro! I tell you, it's crazy. These youngins, they don't know nothing.
They don't know. They don't know, bro. They don't know.
Oh my god, bro! They don't know.
Nah.
Damn, that took me back, bro. Like I still play. I still play gens. I play all the gens, really. I go back and
I know because you're working on this living deck still, right?
Oh, bro.
Where are you at right now on that?
I'm not even gonna hold you. So because I'm doing everything legit, I just recently I had an internal battle if I wanted to do like what's that thing called? The power saves to get like some of the mons that were released before. Like I'm missing Mars Shadow. I'm never gonna be able to get that unless I use power saves. I'm never gonna be able to get Zarude. So by the end of it, I'll probably be able to complete like 99% of the decks. But where I'm at
Yeah.
now, I have gens 1 through 6 are all the way done. Like I don't
Yeah.
need anything else from gens 1 through 6. Gen 7, I'm missing Mars Shadow, and Zero Aura. Gen
Yeah.
8, I have everything, and Gen 9, I have everything. So Gen 7 is the missing link for me because I've been contemplating. I mean, I do have a power save, so I
Well, it might be
could
also
definitely do it.
possible for you to get those Pokemon on Pokemon Go, right? Shouldn't there be missions for some of those?
That's true, but I'll be honest with you, I never played Pokemon Go, bro. I played it enough to get the Mel medal and the Mel tag,
Yeah, yeah,
and,
for
and,
sure.
and, and that was it. Like I didn't really dive into Pokemon Go. That was
Yeah, that's fair.
it wasn't
I
really my
only did it
bag.
because I
And
knew there would be certain things like that to use. But here's what I'm hoping for you, bro. Because do you remember back in 2016, before Sun and Moon, you remember all those events that they did leading up to the games being
yes,
released? All those
yes,
mythicals they released? I'm hoping
yes,
maybe
I
they will
know,
do
I
that
know.
because guess what is next year, bro? 2026, 30-year
30
anniversary.
year anniversary, bro.
Right
30
before
year
Generation
anniversary. So
10. Maybe we get a
exactly.
whole new line of events.
That would be amazing. True to say, I'm not even gonna hold you. That would be amazing.
Because I'm saying
That's
these
really the
events
only way.
lately have not been this what they used to be. I'm gonna be honest.
I agree with you, 100%. I agree with you 100% because I remember when they was doing it on the 3DS, they would like you would either go to like your local GameStop and they give you like the mythical cards.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
I have so many mythicals from I would get extras, bro. Like
exactly.
I always bought 2 copies of the game, so I was gonna get them on both, and I was definitely going to restart for the proper natures and the IVs in the places that I wanted them to be. So
Yes.
I
Oh
was
my
doing all
goodness.
that.
Soft
So
resetting for him, bro. I
absolutely,
remember
bro.
soft resetting for that Latios with Hidden Power Fire in
When
Oras.
I oh no way you reset for
Yes,
that.
I had the synchronized Ralts, right? So it was gonna be timid, but I had to. It took me so long to, at least a whole day of just me soft reset over and over, because
Soft
I
reset
would
to
get
get it.
special attack and speed, right? And I would go and I would check, and then it would be the wrong hidden power. But finally, and I still
That
have it to this
sucks.
day, and it's nicknamed Pokémon because it's dropping
That's
Dracos.
what's up.
Hidden
That's what's
power,
up, man.
30 IVs and attack for hidden power.
I
Back when
love
that
that,
mattered.
bro. I love that, bro. When that mattered, right? Facts, because now hidden powers a thing of the past. So
Yep. Say hello to
you
Terra.
know, facts. I don't know, I don't really like the gimmicks. I thought that Megas was the perfect gimmick. So I don't know anything after Megas. I kind of shot away from. Like, that's kind of what prevented me from even playing like Sun and Sword and Shield when it came
I
out. Like,
was about to
I
say
didn't
we're
play it.
about to get into Sword and Shield.
I didn't play that at all, bro. Like, when I came back to obviously I got the games, right? So I was definitely invested enough to get the games, and obviously I've been breeding all this while. So when they finally got a chance to transfer your mons in, I had a plethora of competitive ready mons,
Yep. Hey, same
but the
here, bro. I
whole
was transferring all over
Dynamaxing,
through Pokemon Bank.
yeah. Oh, bro, I took my time, bro. I meticulously went through and chose the ones that I needed and brought them over, bro. Like, so I had basically when they allowed home to be integrated, I had everything that I needed at my disposal. I could have battled right then and there, but Dynamax kind of turned me off. Dynamax
Yep.
kind of turned me
I
off.
get
It
you.
was just too much. It overwhelmed me, bro. Like I was like, yo, this is too strange for me, bro. Like I don't want to go into something where I don't understand. So
Yeah,
when
I
I got
get you.
into like really when I got into competitive Pokemon, bro, was BDSP. BDSP was
Interesting.
my bread and butter, and it's so crazy because for a lot of players, the original Diamond and Pearl was their like
Right, yeah. That's
real
what I
rock
was
into
hoping would happen with
competitive.
me in BDSP.
Right. You know, so for me, that's what BDSP was, and I know it was riddled with all kind of problems. They should have used the Pearl decks, all that, but because I never played the original games, I knew nothing of that. So all I knew was BDSP. Again, I went back retroactively to play those games, but at the time, BDSP was everything to me. Like it gave me everything that I wanted. It was a familiar game. It was mons that I was familiar with. You know, obviously outside of Gen 4, but Gens 1 through 3, I knew very well. I had those Mons bred up from, Sun and Moon. So I was able to pretty much have a really good time with BDSP. And that's when I launched my YouTube channel was with
Really?
was under
Wow.
BDSP. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta ask you,
I
bro. I
saw
gotta ask you.
yes,
How
sir.
did you make your teams of competitive Pokemon? Because here's the deal, bro. I remember it was so hard for me to. I mean, breeding the Pokemon and training them wasn't too bad. The problem, bro, was the moves and getting the moves on in the TMs. And even after they integrated Pokemon Home into BDSP, the moves reset. So I still
Yes, they
could not have
did.
the moves. How did you enjoy this game in this game of battling where you had to get the moves on there
So the
as a
thing
breeder?
was that I grinded BDSP a lot.
Oh
So
no, oh
so
dear God,
bro,
you
I
grinded that whole thing?
absolutely,
Oh
bro.
no, I feel so
Absolutely, bro.
sorry for
When
you.
when
I
when I
could not
tell
have
you,
done that. We're more dedicated than me, bro. I gotta give it to you.
bro, well, you have to remember, for me, it was like fresh. For me, BDSP was a fresh take because after seeing Sword and Shield and obviously playing through that game and seeing Dynamax, like again, I was very familiar with the scene because I was watching these other YouTubers. I just didn't like Dynamax. I
Yeah,
thought it was just too much.
I get
So
it,
for
bro.
me, it was like fresh to go back to BDSP, and I grinded a lot. Like there's a section I can't remember exactly where it is, but like there's this like section where you can use like that item that allows you to rebattle. Like it's you battle like these two like higher ups, and they give you like
Oh,
tons of money, bro. Like they give you like a lot of money. So
right.
and then you just
Yeah,
gotta ride
I
your bikes
understand
for
the
a few
money. I
minutes,
I remember that because I remember when we
and
were talking about money. Like some people were using that just to get the EVs because they would buy the vitamins. But
yep,
bro,
I buy the
what were you
vitamins.
doing to get the TMs, bro? Were you having to like grind at the battle tower or like? Because
I
I
would
feel
grind to
like
the battle
it's
tower. I would grind to the battle tower, bro.
all right.
Anything
That
I
that
could
bro,
buy,
it took
anything
me
I could
like
buy
eight
in the
hours
store,
to get one earthquake TM, bro. So I don't even want to know how
bro.
long it took you to get that for all these mons.
It's insane, bro. It's insane. But uh, anything that I could buy in the store was easy pickings because that's
Oh
that's the
yeah,
low hanging fruit, bro. I,
that's
I
the
could
low
just buy
hanging
that.
fruit
Like
for sure.
but I just grinded the battle tower, bro. Like I didn't. This is like
Did you have to
pre
go into the
me.
underground? Because I remember too, that was the thing is like trying to get these dang shards for these dudes underground, just constantly hitting them with the hammer in the underground and trying to find the people that had the right TMs I was looking for.
The funny thing is, let me tell you how dedicated I was, bro. This is crazy, bro. This I never even mentioned this type of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I've watched and mapped out exactly where the guys would be.
Oh
So I knew exactly the right path
no.
to take for which TM that I needed. There's been times where I spent like maybe like a full like actual day in the underground, bro. Like
Oh
like
my goodness,
actual
bro. See, this
24
is what I'm
hours
talking about.
in
This is
real
exactly what it
life,
took.
bro. Like this is the shit that I used to do, bro, just to get competitive mods because at that time it may have been a restriction to everyone else, but for me, that was just how you play the game. That's just how you
Oh
play,
my goodness,
right? So
bro.
everyone
This
else
is
knew a better way.
incredible.
I did not, bro. Like I was just stubborn in my ways, bro. Like so BDSP for me was where I found like my legs competitively because
Wow.
I had all these mons that I bred over the years that I knew were perfect. I knew they couldn't get any better. I had the right natures. I had the right
Yep.
moves. I had the right stuff. It was now a time for me to actually get the battle experience, and that's what I didn't have before BDSP in what like 2020, and I launched my channel off of it. So it was amazing. Like I found Just Weavile's channel
Yes,
and
sir.
saw him doing BDSP, and I was like, you know what? I could probably take a stab at something like this, bro. Like I want to learn this game, and that's where it's always come from for me. Like with competitive Pokemon, it comes from a place of I just want to get better and learn. So I just
Yep.
dove in, bro, and the community accepted, bro. Like I put my bid in, and the community responded back in a major way, bro. Like I never expected. Obviously, I'm still a very small channel. I'm sub 500, but like the love I feel like I get, it's just like reciprocated, bro. Like I just give it out and they give it back.
Bro, your
So
videos are
it
honestly so entertaining.
it
I love
it is it
watching
is
them.
it is what it is. Like I just love trying to get better, and I really found my legs in that game, bro. Like I had everything. It was just now I gotta get experience, bro. I just gotta
Yeah.
battle, and that's really what it is. And even to this day, I can't get better without battling. So I have to just continue to push and battle and battle as many people as I can, as many times as I can, so I
Yep.
can get it right.
There we go. I gotta tell you, bro. Listen, like I thought I was a dedicated breeder back in the day. Like I was breeding all the Pokemon OU to NU, whatever, and I finally accomplished that in Sword and Shield, breeding all of the Pokemon on the Smogon Showdown builder. But hearing you that you actually did what literally made me quit BDSP, that broke me, that you stuck through it, that was your resistance training basically, and you battled in that era. My hats off to you, bro. Without
I
genning, because a lot
appreciate
of
it,
people
bro.
battled in it and they gen their Pokemon, but you
Absolutely.
actually trained your Pokemon in there. That's crazy,
Before
bro.
I didn't know nothing about Gen until Gen 9.
Yeah.
Obviously I knew of it, right? Like I knew that that players did it, but I personally didn't know how to do it. It's
Yeah.
extremely easy, obviously, but I just didn't know how to do it. And for me, I'm
Yeah,
set in
I
my
didn't
ways, bro.
either
Like
really, honestly, because when I joined a draft league in BDSP, that was my first draft league. I had to ask a young Joey Fontaine to gen my teams for me because I didn't really know how to work
I
the
got you, because
bots.
you didn't know how. Facts. That's
Yeah.
what's up, though.
Yeah, dang, bro. That's incredible though. I gotta say, like, I will say for me, I had an out though. I had the out that was going back to Sword and Shield because I get what you're saying with Dynamax and not only that and the 20-minute timer. I guess honestly, the thing that probably kept me going in Sword and Shield for so long was the fact that was when I got my capture card. So it was like, well, I just got
Oh,
this as a
okay.
Christmas present. That was when I started my channel. And go back, it's
Got
like right
you.
around January 2020.
That's
So
what's
it
up.
was kind of like a passion project. And I wanted to keep it going. So I would literally just battle against randos for a while. And I wouldn't Dynamax, of course. But even if they Dynamaxed, it was like an extra challenge for me to try to beat them. But
They're trying
then
to take him down. Facts.
finally I discovered the Battle Hub server right around the Crown Tundra. So that was when I joined
Okay.
there. And that was when the battles really got good. And that's when
I
my
could only
real training
imagine,
arc
bro.
there
Like
began.
I missed all of that. I wish I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I'm trying to join a Sword and Shield draft league now because of it. Because I never
Yeah.
had the experience of battling there. I really want to. And
I will say the
uh,
battle animations were pretty good. Were pretty solid. Like they made for
they're
really good.
incredible.
They made for good
They're,
thumbnails.
they're incredible, bro.
Like
I
you go
still play
back
the
and look,
game.
one of my favorite ones was I had a copycat V create team. All right. So I had copycat Flareon, copycat a V create from a Victini that used a jetpack to get out. And
That's
then
diabolical.
yes, and it was in the sun and it was guts boosted, bro. That was my
Oh
greatest
my
moment.
goodness, that's diabolical,
And that
bro.
the
And is
thumbnail
that on your
still iconic.
channel? I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
go
check that
back and
out.
check. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that
That's
out,
one of
bro,
my
for
favorite
sure.
videos.
For sure, I'm gonna have to check that out, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So you get in BDSP, you're really training, you're watching the people, and then we get into Scarlet and Violet, my friend. What were your
Yes,
thoughts when Scarlet and
yes.
Violet dropped, and your thoughts on Terra?
So my initial thoughts on Terra was that it's better than Dynamaxing because with Dynamaxing, it came with all these boosts and it could get
Too much, you
really out of
snowball.
control. It could get really out of control, right? Like for me, the art of battle is about testing out what your opponent is gonna do, figuring out what your win con and your counters are, and exploiting those. And with Dynamax, with all these boosts, it could get out of control very quickly. You put a Gyarados in that situation and he's
Yep, that's
Dynamaxing,
always the one, the
bro.
Gyarados.
Oh my god, bro! And I
Moxie
love
Gyarados
Gyarados.
with
I love
Dynamax
him,
Fly
bro.
move.
Like, it's just crazy. So when I saw Terra and I understood what it was gonna be, I was like, okay, this is not that bad. You just changing your type and you get a little bit of a boost on that type. Okay, that's fine because you're just gonna be weak to something else.
Yep.
You know, so I thought it was better. But Gen 9 for me, my approach to that game and really my approach to any competitive Pokemon game is I need to do what I can to get these mons as quickly as I can because everyone out there is already gonna have them, right?
Yep.
So,
I bet
you
you
know,
and I
like
were
like
both on the grind at the same time breeding these Pokemon, bro.
absolutely, bro. My first mons that I bred was low kicks with the hidden
Yes, me
ability,
too, because I saw
and
Pokeaim's video. I was like, I gotta get this
yes,
immediately. I need to get me
absolutely, bro.
tinted lens low kicks.
I got tinted lens low kicks, and I got back Excalibur, bro. Oh my god,
Oh, there we go.
they two of probably my two favorite mons in Gen 9 are those two mons, and surprise, surprise, they were the first ones that I bred. They're the first ones that I had videos on was those two mons, both rocking a choice band, bro. Like it's insane power, bro. It's insane power. Like it's absolutely maddening, bro. Like, the power that these mons have, like tinted lens, first impression is absolutely ridiculous,
Yeah.
bro.
And
And you
then you
slap on
tear
Terra
it on
above.
top of that.
Oh my god, bro! It's destruction, bro. It's destruction, bro. Like,
Yes,
it's amazing. I
absolutely.
love it. I love me some Jiminy, bro. Jiminy Cricket, he's good with me, bro.
There we go. So did you discover the same thing that I did as well? Were you because I mean, you're a fairly busy man now yourself. did you just discover the
They
picnics and how
understand.
easy it was to use the picnics to be able to? What I do is I would
Yes,
put the eggs in the basket or put the Pokemon there, and then go off and do something else. Come back, hatch my eggs, and go back. And that really sped up my
rinse
breeding
and repeat.
process. Rinse and
I've done
repeat, bro.
that, and not only that, but I don't know if you know about it, but if you when you're walking around Paldea, obviously they have the items on the ground.
Yep,
Now,
always
what
picking
you
them up.
could do is you can if you're in the desert, I can't remember what the name of the desert is, like the Asada Desert or whatever the
Yep,
case may be, right? If you get the star piece, what you want to do is you want what you want to do, put you on game. What you want to do is you look around for that star piece, save before you interact with the sparkling item on the ground.
oh,
Once you
that's
save
right. I
before you get
remember
a
seeing
star
that you
piece,
could reset for a comet shard.
yeah, yes. And once you reset, you do your picnic. Now, if you have a mon that you're breeding, it'll also
Oh,
breed the
that's
eggs
right.
as
I
well
remember
as the
this
item.
now.
Oh, bro, how much money I've done generated off of this game, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like I'm not doing the league. It just takes too long. It takes too long, bro. So I do that while I'm breeding my eggs, and I end up getting not only the egg but the comet
And
shot to
you
sell.
getting cash, yeah. I forgot
Absolutely,
about that
bro.
when that dropped.
Absolutely, bro. But yeah, yeah, it's a grind, bro.
Yeah. Well,
It
I
is
gotta ask you
a
too. So,
grind.
when were you EV training your Pokemon? Were you buying the vitamins or were you doing it with the power items?
Both, bro. Both. So
Ah,
when
okay.
money is tight, I'm out there training with the
Yeah,
bands. But when I got the extra bread, bro, I'm just buying the
I
vitamins,
feel
bro.
you.
Like it's
Yeah,
just so
because here's
easy,
the
bro.
thing, bro. I don't know if you remember, but the power items, it used to have to grind for them at the battle tower, and so that took a
Yes,
little
you
bit too
did.
long for me to get. So I would only get like two of each at the most. But in these games, it was really easy to get. So I got five of each of them. And so what I would
Yes,
do is
I
I
did the
would
same
plan
thing.
out I would literally go through and I would look through the list because I was going off of the Showdown team builder and I wanted all of them.
Right.
So it's okay, what five Pokemon can I get that need physical attack? Okay, what five Pokemon that can need special attack? Okay, what five defensive Pokemon do I need? And I was just going off of that, bro. And that
Bro, we
planned
are
out my
kindred
breeding
spirits,
sessions,
bro.
and so I saved so much money in the process because I think to train each Pokemon it's like 500,000 Poké
Yes.
Dollars. So you
Yes.
multiply that out by like 400 something Pokemon or whatever.
You're spending
It's a
millions of
lot of
dollars,
money
bro.
I saved.
Absolutely, bro. We're kindred spirits, bro. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. When I have the time, bro, like if I really need them on, I'm just gonna spend the bread.
Yeah,
But when I have the time, bro, I plan it out, bro. When I breed exactly. I breed a set of defensive mons, set of offensive mons, whatever I need. Like I'm just now gonna go down the list, and we're gonna go and kill some shit until we get up to what we need.
there we go.
I even spread the Poke Rust. I do all of that, bro. All of it. All of it. All of it is done.
Yeah. Hey, listen, bro. In BDSP, I got Rust naturally in my playthrough, and I
I
was
had it
spreading it all
naturally.
throughout the BDSP server
I
or
had it
the
naturally in Oros
that
and
hub.
brought it all the way up.
Really?
I
Wow,
absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. I
that's
can't let that go
incredible.
to waste. Absolutely not, bro. I cannot let that go to waste.
Nah, bro, I feel you. I remember when because I had to get it from a friend in X and Y, but I was using Pokerush so much when it was still actually able to use it. Because I remember in Gen 8 they got rid of it.
They got rid of it. Yes, they did.
Like dang it, I hate it. I love the just spreading the Pokerush throughout the party and speeding up the EV training.
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I don't know why they got rid of. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. When they took out the ability to synchronize for the nature,
Oh, I
when did
hated
they take?
that too,
Oh
bro.
my
At least
god,
we
bro.
got
Like
the mints
that's
though. At least we got the mints.
trust
But
me, I
yeah,
get it. I get it. It's just something about seeing
but it's just
the mon
something
with
about whenever
everything.
it has the actual nature versus like it's
Yes,
minted, you
yes,
know?
bro. Yes, yes.
I
Like
feel you.
don't get me wrong. Like certain, I feel like that tool is very good for like legendary mods, right?
Yeah,
So
especially my shiny what's it called? Pheromosa that I saw reset for that was relaxed nature, the exact opposite of what you want, bro. And I couldn't even use it. And I
facts,
synchronized for it, but it was the 50 I got the
facts,
wrong 50/50.
facts, bro. I hear you, bro. Like
Yeah.
in Sword and Shield, I think they did like a distribution of a Victini, perfect Victini, but it was Brave Nature. Now I'm not,
Oh, for that was for Trick Room then.
yeah, absolutely, right? So
Yeah.
that's perfect for if you wanted that. Me, I'm more for the adamant type, right? So
Yeah.
obviously I would mint that, right? Something that I can't really control or change, but like not to hold you, I have Victinis that I could easily bring over, but they just make it so easy to kind of just make the competitors mod. It's a great thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Pokemon, Nintendo, Game Freak, whoever, y'all did y'all thing with that. That's great, but for me, I'm a little
Still, it
bit
would
of
be
something
nice
of
to
a
have the
perfectionist,
option to
bro. It would be nice
synchronize.
to have the option, right? It would be nice to
I
have the
get
option.
you.
Not even gonna hold you. It would
Absolutely.
be nice. So
Yep.
in the next game, if for whatever reason, if you listen in Game Freak, allow your boy to synchronize, please, please.
Yeah, please. I mean, come on. I feel you, bro. Yep, so we get through into Gen 9. How long did it take you to breed all the Pokemon you wanted to in Gen 9?
It took me a while because for before they released Home, it was hard for me to get like Dittos with good natures, or I
Oh,
mean,
yep.
the good like IVs and stuff like that. So I spent a lot of time like just getting all the natures for the Dittos. But once
Yeah,
they brought in
bro.
Home, it just became so much easier because I done had all of that from like the virtual console. Like I got all of my Dittos from the virtual console because it would guarantee
Ooh, there we go.
uh
Well, do
at
you remember,
least
bro? They had
three.
the Ditto raids.
Yeah, and then they did the Ditto raids, which I didn't need those anymore,
Oh,
right?
yep.
So the Ditto raids that I did, I was able to get luckily one with perfect, not perfect, but it was missing the special attack, and then one that was missing attack. So anytime I
Yeah,
needed,
that'll
uh,
effectively do
you
the
know,
same thing.
that effectively is the same shit, right? So once I got that, I was fine. But before that, when they gave us the ability to bring over our mons, all my Dittos, I made sure that they were the proper natures. Like
Yes,
if you
sir.
it's crazy because when I tell you I play the game, I play the living game, bro. I eat, sleep, and breathe the game. So in the virtual console, the nature is based off of how many experience points you have,
Oh,
right?
wow.
So
You're
yeah,
going
so
even deeper than I do, bro.
absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. It's a science, bro. It's a science.
It's a science,
When
I'm saying.
you got to be efficient with your time, bro. So what I did in the virtual console, I just got a whole bunch of Dittos, but made sure that they were experience. Like you can knock out like certain mons to get the exact experience that you need to have a certain nature. Like my red Gyarados is the red Gyarados from the
Yep.
virtual console crystal. Perfect natures in perfect IVs and EVs in attack and speed, whatever is needed, and then everything else I'll just bottle cap. But I did that for all the Dittos. So I have every nature, relax, adamant, jolly, you name
Yep.
it. I have it all. And they all come with at least
Absolutely.
three perfect IVs. So whenever I'm breeding, I can just mix and match at that point,
That's crazy. Okay, because my Dittos, they are not perfect IVs, the ones that I use for the natures usually. Well, actually, no, I take it back. Because I started using I replaced them with the ones I got from the Ditto raids. But
Got you.
I was just
Got you.
catching a bunch of Dittos, bro. Just a bunch of wild Dittos, trying to find them in Scarlet and Violet because I needed those natures.
Facts, facts, facts. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Like when before they had the home integration, it was hard to do. Like obviously you had to do what you had to do, but once they brought that in, it just made it so much easier. Now, like
Yeah.
it's like breeding is so easy now. Like I just love the
Yes.
breeding mechanic
Me
in
too.
the game now because I could just get a whole box of eggs
Yeah.
and eventually I'm gonna get it. It's just
Yeah, bro.
you're only gonna deny me for so long. Like I'm eventually gonna get this, so you might as well give it to me now.
Dang, I thought I was in the top 1% of breeders. I think you're in a class above me, bro. That's
I
awesome,
appreciate
though.
it, bro. I appreciate it. I'm telling you, breeding was my thing, bro.
Yep,
It
same
still
here.
is my thing. I love to breed the mons myself. I love to have everything myself. Everything has to have him on it. So
Yep, I can relate to that for sure. So I gotta ask you, bro. Let me see. Oh, you joined the Battle Hub server in BDSP, you said, right?
yes,
So
that's when
you're
I
already
joined the
getting
actual
battles
server.
in Scarlet and Violet as
I
well, and you upload
was,
into the
I
channel.
was, I was absolutely, bro. Like I started uploading a little bit late because it took me a while to kind of play through the game and then
And you
also
get your
breed
bonds,
with
yeah.
those limited. Exactly. Like and at that point, obviously, whoever's genning their mons, they're gonna have the advantage, especially in the space of uploading content, right? Like the
Yeah.
moment you're able to get these mons, you can now start doing whatever.
I'm
And
saying, bro, I was racing. It was a race against time for me, just trying to
it
get the
was,
mons
bro.
and get them uploaded. It was a time where I was like seeing what Pokemon that Pokemon was using, and I was getting them immediately, and then
Facts,
using
facts,
them
facts,
myself.
bro. I'm telling you, and the thing with it is that obviously at that point in the game it's so fresh, it's so new.
You're trying to
if you're a
ride the
small
wave.
channel,
That's what I was doing.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Not to get too heavy into like YouTube shit, but like it is hard to sometimes beat out that algorithm. So if you
Yep.
behind the eight ball, you're gonna stay behind the eight ball until the next wave comes. So
Yep.
for me, I had to try to get it out as quick as I could. But it took me a while. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I see my contemporaries, my peers, people who similar size channels to me, able to pull out this content, and I'm like, man, like I don't even know how to gen to even do anything. So I'm just gonna do it the way that I can, bro. And it is what it is. Like you
Yep.
know, I'm gonna get these mons regardless, and I'm gonna do it my way. And I'd rather do it that way. It feels
Nah,
better
for
for
sure,
me when I
bro.
do it that way. So
I feel you because there was a time when I was still like strictly not genning and I was trying to get the mons for the terror raid or like the when they started doing the terror raids and they would come out with
yeah,
the optimal set and then I end up making the Pokemon for that and putting all my effort into making that Pokemon manually and then I was like, oh no, actually this Pokemon's better. I was like, oh well, I
it's
just
better
made this
facts.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro, how many Pokemon do I gotta make to beat this thing? And then like, oh, just gen. And I was like, well, I don't want to gen. I want to make it mine.
Facts. I want to make it mine. Facts. Facts. I feel you. I mean, we're kindred spirits in that regard. I feel you. I feel you with that.
Yes, sir. So at a certain point, probably around I think Pokemon Home comes out, and Pokemon Battle Hub Draft League gets announced.
Yes.
How do you get into
Yes.
that, bro?
Yes. So I had heard rumblings of it early on, and luckily I had already like talked to Beridu before,
Yep.
and like he was kind of talking to me about like what he was trying to do with it, and we had battled, prior, and Draft League was something that I always wanted to get involved in because I didn't watched it for years, bro. Like even going back to A Drive and Sun and Moon, X
Yep.
and Y, you name it, they're doing all these draft leagues. So the concept of draft league, I understood, but as far as like what it takes to actually be involved in that, I didn't understand yet. And when this draft league came around, they were looking for signups, and I was much obliged, bro. Like I had everything was set up for me perfectly to be able to be involved in something like that at the level that I wanted to be involved in. Even though I had no experience really, it was going to be like a stomping ground for me to not only come in and learn, but kind of prove myself a little bit. I'm still working on that. Like True say, I've never hit the goal that I set in that initial, like when they sent out that initial sign up, they asked what's your goal for the for this, and it was to make it playoffs. And obviously at that time it was a lofty goal, right? Because I never played in a draft league before, but it's still one of my goals. It's still something that I'm really trying hard to accomplish in the Battle Hub Draft League specifically, because
Yep.
I feel like the players in that league are so good. You name it. There's no easy matchup week to week, as you can probably attest, right? Like anybody is really able to come out and whoop ass any given week. So for me, that server has the biggest competition that I have personally faced online, and I regularly get my ass kicked, and I'm okay with saying that because for me, a loss is not a loss; it's a lesson. So
Exactly, bro. That's the way to go
I just
about
take
it.
it in and count my blessings, bro. That's a bar.
There we go. Yeah, bro. So I want to take a look at your season one team here. I guess now it makes much more sense now knowing your history that Baxcalibur was your round one
Yes,
pick.
yes. It was the first mod that I read, and that's what I brought with me, bro. He was the
Oh,
mod
you
that I was
use
the
that
most
same
familiar with.
Baxcalibur. Yeah,
I
that'll
used
make
that
sense.
same
Yeah, there we go.
Baxcalibur, bro. I used that same Baxcalibur, and
Incredible.
from that Baxcalibur, bred up other variants of it, like an Adamant Nature,
Oh, there we go.
Jolly,
Yep.
whatever I needed, I was able to breed very quickly because I already had them on the base mon, with the IVs that I needed. So, uh, that mon was my number one goal. I wanted that mon, and I was happy to get it.
Yeah. And then, of
I
course,
just
we would
wish
be
I performed
remiss
better in the season.
if we didn't bring up the fact that you had young Swagsire as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Round two
Me and
Swagsire.
Sire, we go back, bro. We go way back, bro. Like Sire and me, bro. He the ace boon coon, bro. Like he's good peoples, bro. Like I love me some Sire, bro.
There we go. I love it, man. And then you got Gardevoir. I will say I mean, you think about like, of course, for a lot of people, this was their first draft league. So, can you just kind of talk me through like what made you go with these picks like Gardevoir? I mean, Tornadus Therian. That's an
So
excellent draft
I,
Pokemon.
I'll be honest with you. my motivation when drafting the mons, when I look at the board, my number one priority is looking for mons that, number one, I have. Because I know that I'm going to be doing this
Mm,
solo and long division, and I'm breeding the mons at myself, I want to already have them on, because between the end of the draft, you have what, like a week before the battle starts. And
yeah.
sometimes that's not enough, at least for me, with the way my life is, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
got 2 kids. I got, I got a wife. I got, things
Yeah.
going on. So for me, it's like, what do I already have stock, right? And then what can I build around? So a lot of the mons that I chose, I already had competitive variants for, and I was already familiar with using them. So I wanted to see just how I could put those things together, just build out really basic cores. Like for me, my building it, at least in the beginning, was very surface level. So I wanted to establish a fairy dragon steel core, and then maybe a fire water grass core, to
Yep.
offset. So for me, it was just about figuring out what I already had that I could use, and then what's gonna build out the cores that I needed for both offense and defense.
Yep. And I will say, your Terra captains, I mean, Terra Gyarados is a legend in the Battle Hub Draft League at this point. And
Absolutely,
Terra
bro.
Lucario is very good
Absolutely, bro.
too. So those were
Yes,
some
yo.
solid
Oh
picks.
my God, that brings me back, yo. Those Terra normal extreme speeds, bro.
Hey,
They
I'm
hit, bro.
saying, bro, I was using them myself.
They hit, bro. Lucario, bro. Lucario is a great mod for me. I remember, man, when I was able to just unleash that power, bro. Like, you have no idea, because most of the time, if I know that that's the strategy going in, that I'm just gonna, probably get rocks up, kind of chip some things away, and then come in late game and just Terra normal extreme speed, I'm gonna run a choice band on that. Like,
Yep,
I'm gonna go for as much power as possible, bro. And you're not gonna like that, bro.
absolutely. Yep. And
Oh
Jolteon
man,
wasn't on
that takes
Pokemon
me
Hot.
back.
Oh, we still got the low kicks. The low kicks also makes an appearance here too.
Yes, yes, yes. The same low kicks that I bred up, bro. Same
There we
ones, bro.
go.
Same ones. Jiminy, bro.
Awesome.
Jiminy Cricket, bro. I still use this
Hey.
mon to this day, bro.
Hey,
I,
you
lo- I
had
love
you
I love
had
me some
Muck
Jiminy.
too. So, bro, we've used so
Yes.
many of the same Pokemon at this point. I didn't realize you
Look,
had the
look.
Muck Swagsire core back in season 1.
Yes, yes, bro. Season 1 was goated, bro. Season 1 was a really good time. Like,
Yeah, it
I had a
was.
lot of fun season 1, because a lot of the players that I played in season 1, I was meeting basically for the first time. And I mean, I'll probably be able to confidently say, like, I consider myself to be one of the most friendlier people on our server. And
Oh,
not to say that anybody
absolutely.
is not like me or anything like that, but like, I try to engage with everybody,
Very
and
outgoing,
I
yeah.
want to, absolutely, I want to learn as much as I can. Like, I watch the battles, bro. Like, I watch these people very closely, and what they do, and how they do it. And like I said before, like, the coaches in our league, bro, I think are just some of the best players that I have just been around. So and I gain a lot from just watching. Like whenever Scorpion drops a video, I'm watching very
Ooh,
closely,
oh
bro,
yeah.
because I consider him to be, he's a champion back to back, so he's
He's
top
a
dog
man
right
to
now.
study.
But exactly, so what players like you who've been to the final, all these things, like, I'm watching these things, and I'm like, man, what do I got to do? How do I get there, bro? Like, how do I take it to the next level?
Hey, I'm
Like,
asking
I'm
that
watching,
myself. Yep.
right? Facts, like, it's iron sharpen iron, so for me, my main motivation with joining the Battle Hub Draft League was just to experience a draft and get better, and then build on that, apply what I could, try to get better at team building, and that for me is where, like, I'm at now, bro. Like, I really focus in a lot on my team building. Like, not to say that I don't practice my, like, with mocks or stuff like that, but for me, I feel very comfortable in the heat of battle, that it's more about the preparation before the battle.
Oh yeah, that's half the game right there. Absolutely. So we get through season 1. You were the first overall pick in season 2, if you remember, and you
I
got
was, and if I
young
remember correctly,
Dragapult right off the bat.
yes, yes. So I hear all the grumblings and of obviously how powerful Dragapult is in draft. He's probably one of the best mons in draft. And not gonna hold you, right? Like, although I bred mons in Sword and Shield, I never battled in Sword and Shield at all. I bred mons exclusively. I knew what it was as far as like what it was capable of, but I never used one before. So for me, it was a chance to be the number one pick. I want to hit something hard right away.
Yep.
So
You gotta
Dragapult
get
is like
Dragapult.
insanely good, bro. Like getting a chance to use it that draft. I don't even remember what my records were with these drafts. I'm sure you could remind me, but like having the access to a mon like that, it changes the game because now your opponent has to prep for something that they don't know about, right? And Dragapult is something that you really have to be careful with because I could run physical, I could run, special. Like he's still so fast, so powerful. It was insane to have that Bugatti behind me, bro. Like
Yep.
to have something of that caliber was very nice.
Yes, sir. And we faced off right off the bat in
I
week
think, yeah,
one.
absolutely. Week
You
one.
got the
Yes,
better of me with
yes.
that. I will never forget that Terra Sand Slash. It wasn't even the Terra, because you had
Oh,
Terra Gyarados again. It was that Terra Sand Slash that
yes.
took out my Iron Valiant.
If I'm remembering correctly, it was Terra Fairy Sand Slash.
Yes, it
Terra
was.
Fairy Sand Slash, and yeah. So I was preparing a lot for that battle. I'm not even gonna hold that. When I prepare for certain coaches, bro, like you in particular, it's hard because you are a player that you really understand the game on a different level. Like if that makes sense. Like I need to play in a way where I have to preserve certain win cons, but have something in the back pocket to surprise a player like you. Because unless I catch you off guard, it's gonna be hard to take you out just like that. So that Terra Sand Slash was something that I cooked up specifically for that situation, bro. Specifically
Yeah.
for that situation. So
Yeah, bro.
I
After
was
that,
happy
that
about
taught
that
me
one.
because I was thinking, oh, Iron Valiant has higher attack than its special attack, so why am I even going to bother running Moonblast? But I forgot that there's certain situations like that, and Moonblast is a stronger move in general, and
Right.
also against, the best set really is the mixed Iron Valiant for situations like that with Pokemon with high defense that can tank those hits. I was like, dang it,
Facts. Facts. That was a good one. That was a good
that was
battle. I'm gonna
awesome,
have to
bro.
actually go
You
back and
got me,
watch that one
bro.
because
That was a great one. Yeah, that's the thing about that I've realized with because overall in this season, you were actually pretty darn close to playoffs. You were 4-4, so you were
I
right
think so.
under all
Yeah.
these other just this wall of 5-3 coaches. You were right there, and your
Fact.
differential wasn't that bad either. You were right there under Scorpion, and I mean, you even it says here, I can't remember exactly what happened in that game, but you almost came close to beating Scorpion. It was just a 1-0 loss
I
to him.
did. I did. I wish I don't know. I don't at the time I was having some Elgato issues. So I don't think I was able to record it at the time, but
If we got
it came
Scorpion side at
down
least.
to it came down to his Torterra versus my Infernape. And in that situation, like you would think Infernape would be able to clutch it out, but unfortunately, our champion had other ideas. Our future champion
Yeah.
at the time had other ideas, but it was an amazing battle.
That's the thing though, bro.
Those are the
Like
ones
I'm
that
looking like you only lost 2-0 to Beanard. I think you only lost 2-0 to Icy Dude. Like all your games are very, very close. I don't know what happens versus Stefan. Oh, apparently Scarf Terra Ground Meloetta went in versus you. Unfortunately, that
Oh
would
yeah. Oh, I've always historically struggled with Meloetta. Meloetta is a
yeah.
can't figure out, bro. Like with the ability to the Relic song, it just takes me off my game. Like, again, and probably because of my lack of understanding of Gen 5 mons.
Yeah.
Like
True.
I just don't know how to prepare for that mon, bro. Like that
Yeah.
mon gets me
That game had me
every
scared
single
for that.
time.
I was real scared of that mon after watching the
Bro,
game.
I'm telling you, like when you're comfortable using mons or seeing mons, I mean, you could kind of prepare and go around them, but like I didn't have much knowledge. And this is before I started the living deck, so I didn't play Gen 5 at all. So
Oh, yep.
I didn't have much knowledge of that mon. And it was a mythical, so it was hard to get in game. So I didn't have much knowledge of that mon at all. And shout out to Meloetta. That thing
Yeah.
definitely put in the work against me. So
Yeah, and then you did beat a Praetor though, so you're getting these dubs against these experienced draft league opponents, myself included. So that
facts.
just goes to show that like you're right there, bro. Like I don't know, it's like Gohan right before he was about to like hit
Yes.
he just needed his power level uncapped. He just needed just that
That's
little
right.
bit just to pop off. You know what I mean? You're right
That's right,
there.
brother. That's right.
You just gotta break through your power ceiling. But then, so you take a break for season 3, if I'm correct. I think that was whenever you must have had a baby being born, right?
Yes, that was right around the time where my daughter was born. So, uh, honestly, I mean, I was definitely watching. I was definitely
Yeah.
keeping tabs on what was going on. Definitely,
I
seeing.
remember you popping in
But
every now and then for sure.
yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, it's a camaraderie, right? Like, I definitely
Yeah.
want to see what's going on, but it's also to kind of get a chance to share ideas and see what people are doing. I think that was the season where Anastasia won, right? Her first
Yes, that
season
was correct.
in and she used Gyarados. So,
Yes.
you know, so so it was definitely, I missed being in that season,
Yeah.
but I'm happy
I was carrying you
Anna
in
got a
spirit, bro.
chance.
That was when I had
You had
I had
the
Lucario named HIM after you, bro.
yes, yes, yes. I loved it, bro. I loved it. I love seeing it, bro. It's really really great to see that.
Yep, absolutely. And then you come back in season 4, and you
Season
actually your team
4.
undergoes a name change because you were going off of the
Yes.
Brooklyn Crabrawler. So I guess Crabrawler must be one of your favorite Pokemon.
So oddly enough, I never used Cabrola before. I just saw them on. I thought it was cool looking, and someone made a design for me based off of it. So I was like, all right, let's go.
Hey, there we
Didn't put
go.
much thought. Didn't really put too much thought into it. I just needed something to get my feet wet. But yeah, the franchise has been updated.
Hey, there we go. So then at that point, still your number 1 overall pick was Excalibur.
Yes, yes,
And you got Swag Sire once again.
that core for me, bro. It does work. It does work. That core for me, it definitely puts in the work for me. Like Swag Sire, to me he's goaded, bro. Like
He's goaded.
he's
I'm
done
saying,
he's
bro,
done seen
he's done some great things for me.
he's seen everything, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. I never go wrong whenever I pop a Quagsire on the team. Things tend to just go right. So
Yeah. And you paired the Excalibur with a Slowking Galar for the chili reception too.
yes,
So
for the
it
first
really
time.
seems like your teams are really coming along even better now.
Exactly, bro. My like, and a lot of it, not even gonna hold you, it's luck, right? Because like you don't know what mons are coming up, what mons
Yep.
are gonna be available when it's your turn and stuff like that. I don't remember what spot I was at in season 4
You
on the
were
draft.
at you're actually at 14, so not a very
Right.
optimal spot,
So
honest. Or not
and
14. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, no, it's 8. Oh, you were at 10. My bad. I was thinking about 12 man divisions, whatever. But
but
yeah,
that
you were
even
at
goes to show you,
10.
right? So like you don't really know when these mons are gonna be available. Oddly enough,
Yeah.
like I would say, like cross my fingers, I've never been like sniped in a draft. Like everything that I've chosen, I've had planned out before the draft, what my points were, very strategic about what I'm going for and what alternatives I have if they get taken. So
That's
I,
crazy because I feel like I
like
get sniped all the time.
I don't, bro. For whatever reason, I just have luck with people either not wanting the mon that I want or maybe not seeing the value that I see in the mon. I don't know. Obviously everybody's mindset and approach to the game is a little bit different, but for me, I don't really get sniped, Bill. And even if I do, I have like 2 to 3 alternatives of what I'm taking in that spot
Yeah, for
based off of
sure.
what I need. So I was very lucky to get Excalibur and Slow King Galar. Like those two just mesh very well. It was like insane to have that. Like that was my first time kind of pairing those two together in a draft, and it was absolutely incredible. Like Excalibur is definitely, I will say, absolutely probably my favorite mon in Gen 9. Like there's no question about it. He's the mon that I've used the most. He's the mon
Yep.
that I have the most experience with, and in my hands, he tends to do some pretty insane things.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, and we've seen the work that he can put in. Yeah. Let me look. I'm trying to see. Yeah, but you were right there again, bro. Like you were 4 and 5, just under the 5 and 4. So you're like knocking on the door to playoffs, bro. Let me see some of your let me see what some of your matchups were that you had this season. So you faced Scorpion right off the bat. That's tough, bro.
Yes,
And in fact,
it
especially knowing
is.
that he would go on to win the whole season facing the champion right at the start.
It is incredibly tough to prepare for him, bro. Like I don't know, but like I don't think I've I don't think I've ever beaten Scorpion. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't think I've ever won a
He's a
game
tough
against
man to
him.
beat.
He's a
But they're always
tough
heat games, bro.
opponent, bro.
The games between y'all are always pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say because I mean I get up for those, bro. Like, you know, like you're facing someone that you know is like. I mean, I'm not naive about it. I know he's better than me. Like, obviously, I know he's a much better player than I am. Like in terms of like his execution, his preparation, he's on a different level than I am. So to be able to battle him, I get excited to battle him. And win, lose, or draw, I don't care if I lose. Like I don't want anyone here to get the impression that I give a shit that I lose, and it does not matter to me. I post my losses, bro. Like it does not bother me to lose at all, bro. I will post a 6-0. I will post, you know, it that does not bother me. What bothers me is, am I putting the pieces together? Am I bringing the right mons to potentially put myself in position to beat this guy? Am I giving myself a puncher's chance? That's what I care about, right? So when I play Scorpion, I'm going for his head. I'm trying everything that I can to walk away with a W. And if I have to skate by, I skate by. And if he demolishes me, hats off, you know. But I'm not laying down, bro. I'm not. It's not going to be an easy one. You're going to have to come, and you're going to have to take what you want from me.
Absolutely, bro. And so it seems like you kind of had a rocky start to the season here. You started off with 3 losses, but then you get a win versus Lazy Boy, and that
was a turning point, bro.
But all right, but you had one more setback, bro, which was your battle with me, bro. And I still feel so bad about this.
And I needed that W. I needed it. Oh, I needed it, bro. Had I gotten that one, I think I would have probably made it playoffs.
Yeah.
Had I gotten that W.
Probably.
So I certainly
my Metagross was just my team just honestly had a really good matchup versus you, bro.
Yes.
Sometimes that's what it's gonna come down to.
I was bro. After that battle, bro, I was like, am I bad at Pokemon?
I think that's what you titled your video.
Yeah. Am I bad at the game, bro? Like why do I not know what to do?
Hey, listen. Sometimes I'd be asking that myself. I would later ask myself that in the quarterfinals game.
I think there was a play in the game. I would have to look back at the video, but if I remember correctly, it was the Metagross. I think it went for like either a Trailblaze or a knockoff or something like that. At a crucial moment, I switched out when I shouldn't have. Like sometimes I'm not even gonna hold you. I make dumb plays, bro. I will be the first to admit I make dumb plays sometimes, and sometimes you pay for it. And Metagross, he showed me he showed me the power of that game, you know. So it was incredible, bro. But like sometimes I'm like, yo, did I wake up this morning, bro?
Yeah. But then you get a dub off versus none other than Abomination, probably one of the stronger coaches in the league. And this was the real turning point here. It might have been a 1-0 victory, but
that one was a lot of hacks. Because I think I crit him with
I see.
With Typhlosion. I crit his Reuniclus with Typhlosion, which pretty much sealed the game. Like he had been set up.
All right.
Like basically.
Right. Yeah, the infamous crits.
He had.
BHDL crits.
Yeah, it was the crits. It was the crits, bro. But sometimes...
you gotta tell me what happened in this game, bro, versus Brandon. You 6-0'd this poor man.
Yes, bro. So the thing is Brandon is one of the players that I felt coming in when we first started BHDL. I would say we were pretty similar in terms of like skill, ability, things like that. And he just played so much draft league and other leagues as well. He got just so much more experience and so much more battle ready, bro. He's amazing, bro. Like Brandon is.
I mean, you saw he popped off in season 2.
Absolutely. I think he was running Cresselia. No, was that
was the Cresselia season? Yeah,
that was the Cresselia team. Yeah. I got a little bit lucky in that one too. I'm not even gonna hold you. I definitely got a little bit lucky because I think if I remember correctly, I would have to go back and look. So don't hold me to it. But if I remember correctly, I think he had set up with. Was it maybe his Flygon? He had his Flygon set up.
Oh, I remember now.
And then I got a Para off with Jolteon off of the Terra. So it was very, very lucky, but you know, I appreciated it because I did prepare very hard for that battle because I knew it was gonna be tough for me. But I was not expecting to 6-0 him. I definitely was not expecting that. It was probably the biggest margin that I've had in draft league up until that point. So for me, I know it came at the hands of an experienced player, and I earned every bit of that one. So I appreciate you, Brandon.
Yeah,
Shout
well,
out
I
to
will say,
Brandon
I mean,
P.
the fact that up to that point, even before the pair, I mean, you still had all 6 Pokemon, and you had
Yeah,
gotten
for
rid of a
sure,
lot of his team, so that just
for
goes to
sure.
show that like your improvement, my man. So that's awesome. And then let me see, I think
Which I appreciate. I tell you,
you
which I
still got
appreciate,
another
bro.
dub. You got a dub off versus none other than Pokemaster, aka Chris. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes, I got one off of him too. That was I think all just Baxcalibur, bro. Like Baxcalibur is just so overwhelming, bro. Sometimes like he can get on a roll, bro. And once you get going with some of these mods, bro, like it's hard to stop, bro. It's like stopping a boulder, bro. Like once you roll it
Yeah.
downhill, let that kinetic energy take over, bro. Like he can steamroll you. So
Yep. And I remember this week 9 game because this might have been the one time where we were like it was literally you or me, bro. Like whether or not which one
yes,
of us was gonna get in the playoffs
yes,
because I had to face
yes.
Al and you had to face Rolder. And I was like,
And I
well,
needed
if
that
if
win, bro. I needed
you
it,
did,
bro.
and I hate to say I was helping Rolder in that matchup because I was like, well, I want my buddy Rolder to win. I want HIM to win too, but
It's all
I
good,
can't
bro.
even
It's
see what
all good.
happened in this game. All I know is it was a 4-0 win for Rolder.
Yeah, yeah. He prepared very well. So whatever you guys were doing, he prepared extremely well. Because just looking at the matchup on paper, I felt like I had the advantage. Just on paper, I felt like I had some momentum coming in. I had just gotten a dub before the week before, so I felt the momentum coming in. I was like, okay, this could be make it or break it for me. Like I could achieve what I had set to achieve. Do I want to be a champion? Absolutely. I'm not championship quality yet, but I thought that season in particular, even with the rocky start, I thought that I could have made the playoffs had I just capitalized on him alone. And I just could not put it together, bro. Like I just, for whatever reason, maybe I just didn't have my legs under me from the night before. But
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think I remember what happened back in this game because I remember he was really getting for it was the Hitmonchan to counter the Excalibur
yes,
with the
yes.
Terra bullet punch or
Terra
something like
Ghost, I
that.
think. I
Yeah,
think he was Terra Ghost on it,
and then
if
Mach
I'm, if
punch,
I'm not mistaken. Or maybe
something like that. Yeah,
something like that. I have to look back at it just to be sure, but yeah, Rolder, he did his thing, bro, and it was an incredible game. I was definitely hyped for that one because I knew it was my shot. I knew that was probably gonna be my only shot at that point in the season to even make a run, and I narrowly missed it, bro. Like I really needed that W, but it is what it is, bro. I'm gonna keep fighting, bro. I'm gonna keep going.
yep. And then we get into season 5, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. You kind of got the short end of the stick here with the draft order, because that's what I've realized with these Ubers leagues, bro. Like they're great and they're pretty fun, but the only problem is that the position for this league matters more than any other leagues I've realized because you and
I
Brandon
agree.
really were scraping at the bottom of the barrel, and even Lazy Boy. I'm not even sure if he wanted Necrozma Dawn Wings or not, and like DRVR with Solgaleo. Like just some of these Pokemon that like aren't exactly the best Ubers when you compare them to things like Lunala or Groudon or Mewtwo, you know what
Or
I mean?
Mewtwo, or
Yeah.
so the thing with that season is when I knew it was going to be Ubers, I was definitely excited because I don't play Ubers a lot. I don't really use the legendaries too much. Like when I battle, my biggest thing is I love bringing like lesser used mons and making them work. So for me, I never really had much experience with some of these Ubers. So when I got a chance to even draft Zacian was a big deal for me because I never used it before. Like I literally have never used that mon ever before. So I got a chance to really kind of get my feet wet with some of these mons, and I had to pair them with mons that I was very familiar with. But the problem that I faced in that season was, what do I bring week to week? I have like a lot of like options, and like I don't really know what's gonna really pair well against another Uber, right? So
Yeah.
like that season for me particularly, it was not my best showing, but I learned a lot while going through a season like that because I just got familiar with some of the other things that you could do to prepare for a mons that are so powerful, bro. And that like I know I'm skipping ahead, but like when I took that 6-0 loss from Scorpion,
Yeah,
after
I'm
he
looking
like
at
showed
that
me
right now.
the true power of Lunala, I
Yeah.
was like, yo, this is insane, bro. I
That's
don't
kind
know
of
if
going back to you remember season 1. I don't know if it was week 3 or week 2, somewhere around there, but you also kind of got swept by that Spectre Air, same type of thing.
yes, bro.
Those
Oh my
ghost types,
god,
bro.
bro. I'm like, yo, what is happening, bro? Like, do I even belong in the same room with these guys, bro? Like, I was definitely questioning myself, but you know what? I was like, I was coming into it. He was the champion before, so
Yeah.
I knew that this was gonna be a tough
And it
battle.
was a tough matchup too.
And it was a tough matchup, bro. Like Lunala is just. I understood what that mon was when I battled it, bro. Like it was an incredibly powerful mon, bro. Like I understand why it's a Uber. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
It is scary. It is tough to beat, and with that ability, I think it's like shield dust, right? Like where it doesn't take as much damage or something like that. It's kind of like multi-scale, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Shadow
I don't
Shield,
really know
yeah.
how that
It's
yeah, that.
multi-scale, yeah.
So basically, right?
No,
So knowing
the
that,
thing it has over multi-scale though is that Mold Breaker does not ignore it.
oh, okay. See, so that's the thing. I learn something every time, bro. I learn
Yep.
something every time. So when I took that 6-0 from that, I was like, yo, this is different, bro.
Yeah.
This hits different on a different level. Like you know, Zacian was a cool mon. I had a good time running it. You know, but I think draft positioning in a Uber league, bro, like you said, is everything because certain mons you just can't compete with, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know what would have happened if I ran up against something else. You know, like so it's just tough. It's just tough for sure.
Yeah. And I will say too, I think a bit of a problem. I'm gonna try and compare it to your other teams. Is just getting the because the thing with these Ubers leagues and things like that is you need those kind of defensive backbones
Yes,
to your team.
absolutely.
Like
Bro. If you
like
don't
you've got
have
your
them,
Slow King, which is great, and your Skarm, of course. So that, but I mean, outside of that, well, I guess Lando T. I guess you had some stuff, but it's just like you needed the walls for the Ubers that were there.
right?
Like there's not really any code
Absolutely.
switch-ins is the problem.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. I definitely learned the era of my going through that
Well, that's
draft.
the thing, bro. You
Was,
learn from these things, yeah.
that's the thing, bro. Like that's my whole MO, bro. If I'm losing, I'm learning something, bro. Rather learn and try to get better, bro. Like that's really what it's all about. Just try to get better every day. If you get better every day, that's what it is. That's real life.
Yeah, absolutely. But looking back on it, I want to say I do think probably your season 2 team is probably one of your better teams. You got the
Yes. Was that
Dragapult,
the
you
one
got the
with Lycanroc?
Gyarados. Yes, they got Lycanroc Dusk.
Yes.
Love to see it.
Yes.
Alolan
I have
Muck
them
as
on now.
well. One Alolan Muck
Yeah.
user to
Oh yeah.
another.
Alolan Muck is amazing. Bro. I
You
think
got the
that's probably one of the
Clefable,
better
and
mons.
like look at this beautiful Dragon Fairy Steel Core. Dragapult,
Yes,
Clefable, and
bro.
Magnezone. Incredible.
Yes,
And
bro.
Infernape.
Yes, bro.
There we go.
It was a good team. I'm not even gonna hold you. That was
It was great.
I had a lot of fun with that team.
Yeah.
I draft a lot of those mons even now. I'm the TAL right now with Icy Dude, and I got Lycanroc Dusk right now. So like,
Hey, there we go.
I love that mon, bro. I love that
Yeah.
mon. Like Tough Claws is tough to beat, bro.
Absolutely. I've used it myself. All right.
I love that
So
mon, bro.
I gotta ask you, bro, what do you think about the impact that the Battle Hub Draft League has had, maybe on you, but also on other people?
I think this is one of the better leagues. I've only participated in 2 other leagues outside of Battle Hub Draft League. So I participated in Upbraiders SDA.
Yep, SDA.
Which I made playoffs that
there
season.
you go.
So definitely, kind of looking at, translating some of those skills, and then now I'm working on the TAL with Icy Dude. So I think the community of the Battle Hub Draft League just came around at a time where it's just really great place. It's a really great place to understand the game. It's a really great place to grow your knowledge. I love it, bro. Just interacting with you guys on a day-to-day basis, bro. Like I learned so much just being there, bro. Just being a fly on the wall sometimes. I think it's in a great place, bro. And whatever is in the future for Battle Hub Draft League, I want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like
here,
that's
bro.
how much it means to me, bro. Like when I'm still upset that I sat out season 3, because having the not just saying I competed in every season would have meant something to me. But I'm if there's a season to be had, I'm gonna be involved in it, bro, in some capacity. So
Yeah.
I think it's great, bro. I think what they do, Scorpion, Baradu, all the organizers, all the admins, they do an incredible job for our league, and I really can't say anything bad about them, bro. Like, I never had any problems with anybody on that server. Never had any issues. Anybody that come to for help, like, you've helped me. Scorpion has helped me. Icy Dude has helped me. Like Brandon has helped me. Like, anything that I'm trying to do, that there's always help to be had, bro. And that's one of the things that I love about it. Is like, it's just like a really competitive place. Like, you get your competition, but they're also there to help. So it's great, bro. I love it.
Yeah, I will say, bro, the great thing is that you got like this catalog of a lot of the BHDL seasons still. Like we can go back all the way to season 1. You being there in season 1 was absolutely incredible, bro. Like I remember, like, because I was trying to watch all the Battle Hub Draft League battles, and like getting your side of
Facts.
things because I was rooting for you, bro. Because I saw that you were like having a tough time at first, but once you started finally getting those dubs, like once you got that upset versus Beaner, I was like, let's go H.I.M.
Yes, yes,
Like I
yes.
was rooting
That
for
was
you,
a
bro.
key battle, because Beanot is amazing, bro. He
Yeah,
he's one of the players. What I would say about Beanot is he has a very strategic mind. And I
he
heard something,
does.
I don't know how true it is, but I heard he doesn't mock. He doesn't do like mock battles. And I'm
Nah,
like,
bro.
for someone to do that, bro, like, and to be able
I
to be
don't
that
think he builds
consistent,
on Showdown either. I think he just builds it
that's crazy
in
to me,
the
bro.
game.
That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he
think he
has a
builds
very
it all on
strategic
paper.
mind, bro.
Yeah,
That's
he does.
crazy. Shout out to
Got to get
Captain
him
Beanon,
on.
because absolutely, bro. Like, he's incredible, bro. Like, his mind for the game is
Yeah,
very, like, he's built different, right? So when
he
I
is.
beat him, and it was a narrow victory too. Like
Yeah,
I
I
think at
there
the
might have
time,
been
yeah,
some hacks involved, and he's probably gonna be in the
oh,
comments like,
absolutely.
excuse,
I,
but
I'm 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 sure
but
there
still,
was.
I mean,
If I remember correctly,
sometimes there's
something
some
to do with that
upsets,
mud
but
scale.
sometimes it's like when you're rooting for the underdog, it's like,
Man, I tell
sometimes
you,
you brush the hacks off to the side for the sake of the narrative. You know what I
bro,
mean?
I
I
I, I
love the
just embrace it,
narratives.
bro. Like, I embrace it, bro. It's gonna happen, bro. Whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
It's all fair in love and war, bro. Like, we out here,
Hey,
we
amen,
battling, bro.
bro.
It's war right now. If you want peace, there's only one way to get it, and that's through war, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
crazy. Yeah, I remember that battle. I remember that battle. There definitely might have been some hacks involved.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what. It might have been a crit or something off an e-speed or something. Something happened. I don't know. But
something,
yeah.
something happened. Something went down.
Yep. And so, what do you tell anybody else in real life about the Bad Hub Draft League? I mean, I feel like, uh,
So, not really. True say, like, obviously, like, my wife will hear what
yeah,
I'm doing, like when I'm preparing for my battles or when I'm having the battle, or like if I'm trying to go for something, like, even like, I don't record the commentary live for the draft leagues.
right, yeah,
Reason being is because, like, most of my battles are either on the weekend or it's very late. So, and obviously my kids, they're either sleeping, or so I do the commentary after the fact, if I do commentary on them. Lately, it's been really hard to find time to commentate some of these longer battles. So if I can't record the commentary, I'll just post the raw gameplay. But anything that I can record and then commentate over, I'd like to. So she doesn't really know Pokemon. She's not really a gamer like that, but she understands that I'm doing something of a Pokemon nature, bro. She understands that my channel is based off of Pokemon, and she understands what I'm trying to accomplish with that. But as far as, like, do I speak to her about, like, what team I'm building? Not really.
oh
So
yeah,
it's more of, I'm the one trying to figure this out, and I'll reach out to either you or Scorpion to kind of look over. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts based off of what I'm facing this week? You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. In my mind, it's just like I think about like the people that we like. A lot of us, we have either spouses or somebody we live like close to, and it's like, do they even realize like the whole other world that we have going on,
facts,
and
bro.
like
Could you
the
imagine,
impact
bro?
that we're leaving on other people that that we just
Absolutely,
online.
bro. Absolutely, bro. I think it's incredible. Like, not even gonna hold you. Like, uh, kind of tying into the whole YouTube thing, bro. Like, when I started my channel, it was just I just wanted to just get on and play,
Yep.
see if I could make a funky team work, take some mons that I'm familiar with, something that's not like that I see all the time. Because I do play Showdown. Obviously I do team build through Showdown, and I test my teams on Showdown, things like that. So I do play, and I see obviously when you go in and rank it up and stuff like that, you see some of the teams that are on there. When I started off early on, it was, can I make a lesser team work against some of the higher threats in OU? Because most people are gonna play OU,
Yeah,
right?
of
So
course.
that's what I really wanted to model my channel off. It was just, can I make Quagsire work, or can I make, Slowbro do something, or Gallade do something? Mons that don't really get the shine, the rub, the usage. I just, something about it. I just love using maybe it's the underdog, right? We talked about it. Maybe it's that
Yep.
underdog thing where I want to make this Mon shine. Like I want to make this Mon work, and sometimes I have a lot of fun even using some of the OU Mons. Like recently I've been using a hyper offense team, and I don't really play hyper offense. I normally just have like balanced sets, but like I've
Yep,
been
I
playing
feel you.
hyper offense lately, and it's just so much fun. So like
It is, yeah.
for me, it's just about just trying to get as much experience as possible, just much fun, as much battles as I can, and I'm rocking and rolling, bro. Like
Yeah, I
I
feel
just
you,
come
bro.
on here, just try to spread love, because it's the Brooklyn way. I gotta spread the love. So
Once I have some more time, once I'm done with this teaching job, I'm gonna try to. We gotta have just a regular Wi-Fi battle.
absolutely,
Bring
bro.
some fun
Absolutely,
Pokemon.
bro. I'm down. I'm down 100%. You send out the bat signal, I'm there, bro.
There we go. All right, and then last question, because this is probably going to be the longest interview yet. This has been incredible, bro.
I
Uh,
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
where do you see the future of draft and competitive Pokemon now that we know about Pokemon Champions?
So first and foremost, I will say, I think Pokemon Champions is really amazing for competitive Pokemon. What I feel about draft, it's hard for me to say, because even though I've participated in drafts recently, I still consider myself pretty much a novice to it. So like, I'm still figuring out what draft actually means to myself before I know what it means to other people. So I'm hopeful that with the new game, and with the Switch 2 and all that coming out and all that type of stuff, hopefully it gives us some of the tools that we really want for competitive Pokemon as well as draft. But really in a place where I'm unsure. Like, I'm just so involved in like figuring out where I fit. Like, where can I carve myself? Where can I make my niche in competitive Pokemon, that I don't really put too much thought into what's coming out next, because my
You
mindset
focus
is
on the
that
here and
whatever,
now.
exactly, whatever's coming, I'm gonna grind that, right? Like, I'm gonna get in where I fit in, and I'm gonna make whatever cards I've been dealt work for me. I'm gonna get it out the mud, right? So whatever they bring, I'm gonna use. If it mean going to the battle tower, I'm gonna go to the battle tower.
Oh, yep.
If it mean if it mean beating up on these two old guys to get $30,000 ahead, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to be competitive. So
Yep. Feel you. Well, because what I think about it is, because that, like, we've seen the image of the battle where we've got a Terra Pokemon fighting a Mega Pokemon.
yes,
So
yes,
that's my
it's like
kind of
any
hope, is that we
it's
can
like
get
it's like
these
anything
gimmicks
goes.
going together.
Like anything goes, bro. Like,
Basically,
you can
Nat Dex kind of is what I'm hoping for.
basically, that would be pretty amazing. Like,
Open up
like,
more
I know
options, because I don't know if you experience this, because as a fellow breeder, you probably got some Pokemon that you bred that still have not been able to be on any Switch game, and you're
exactly,
still just
exactly.
collecting dust in Pokemon Home. It'd be great to be able to use them. All these
That's one of the
Pokemon
things
I
that
bred to be Mega Pokemon, like Mega Mawile
exactly.
and stuff like that, I want to use and I can't.
Facts. I agree with you there, because I think, when did they do that? They did that with Sword and Shield, right? The whole Dexit,
The
you,
Dexit, yep,
like,
exactly.
the whole Dexit. So yeah, prior to that, we basically had everything, right? Like
Exactly.
in Sun and Moon, we had all 700 or whatever Pokemon they
Yeah.
had available. You could get everything. So
Yeah, and people
I
were
think they need
upset.
to
I don't
bring that
know if
back.
you remember at the time, they got rid of the actually completing the national decks in the game. You could only complete the
Yeah,
regional decks, and
the
people were
regional
upset about
decks.
that. They were like,
Oh
well, how are,
man,
we're not able to catch them all in this game? Oh, well, buddy, just so you wait until the next game, they're not even in the game. They don't exist.
exactly. That's crazy work, bro. Like, because you have to remember, like for the longest time, that was the slogan, to be able to catch them all. So how could you remove some of these mons, bro? Like they had a place, and obviously they try their best to kind of put in variants or something that would like
Yeah, yeah.
work similarly. But like I
And
want to
we
use
had
Jace. I want to use,
DLC to add to it.
you know, I want to use some of these mons. Especially for me, you know, with my background, like because I didn't have a chance to use some of these mons in their original debut generations, I get like fresh takes on them now.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I've used Landorus, and that mon is amazing. And guess what? He's been amazing for a long time, but I never knew it because I didn't play. So
Oh,
he's like
buddy, you
he's
didn't
fresh
even
to
get to
me, bro.
use it
Like,
whenever it was freaking had knockoff and rock polish and all that stuff.
exactly, bro. So for me, it's like you know, I get it. I get why players would be upset by that, but again, like you know, it costs me nothing. Pay me no mind, bro. Like I'm not really
Yeah.
I'm not really focused on what I don't got. I'm focused more on what I do have and making what I do have work. So if it come back, you know, guess what? Now I'm gonna have something else to be fresh about, you know. So for me, it's just more freshness, and I guess that's what their thought process may have been. Like for newer players, it'll be fresh when they finally get a chance to use that mon. Even
Yeah,
though
I
I
hope
had
so.
knowledge of the mon before, I'm gonna get a chance to use it competitively, which I never had a chance before. Like right now, like I'm playing Sword and Shield again because some of the mons that I want to use are in that game. And surprise, surprise, I've done bred them up already. So you know, like I just want to use them now. So it's incredible. I think I would love for there to be a situation where we have everything again and just free for all. You know,
Yeah.
Z move, Terra, Dynamax, Mega, you name it. You. I
Yep.
would love for that because it would just bring a sense of chaos, bro. And sometimes you need a little bit of disorder.
That's
You know.
true. Add some entropy, yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. And so because at the end of the day, we can always regulate. Like we can get into a battle and we could say, "Oh, let's neither of us Dynamax," because we can battle on
Facts.
Discord in the battle hub. And like, all right, we're not gonna Dynamax, but we can Mega, we can Z move, we can Terra, and easy peasy. And we got the
Facts.
tiers, and
Facts.
we're good.
And I think that's one of the best things about just having this whole online community, bro. Like you can set out a rule set, bro. Like I
Yeah.
have people who battle me who message me and say, "Hey, can we battle best 2 out of 3? No legendaries, no mythicals." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I have mons, bro. I have boxes and boxes and boxes full of mons that I could use here to accommodate whatever it is that you want to do, you know, and I'm going to have fun regardless." So
Yep.
it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why my fire alarm or something seems to be going off. Something's beeping. So we'll probably have to end this here shortly, bro. But
Fair
yeah, this
play,
has
bro.
been an
That's no
incredible
worries for
interview,
me.
my friend. Have you
I
got any
appreciate
other
it, bro. Thanks for having me
closing
on.
thoughts? Yeah.
It's always a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's been an hour 30 minutes. So this is gonna be you're gonna hold the record here for the longest interview so
Well,
far.
I'm something of a pseudo legendary myself. So.
Hey, there we go. Yes. The notorious H.I.M.
I love it, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you guys
Absolutely.
in the next one. Bye-bye.
Take care, man. Peace.
Peace.